So if you're leading a B2B sales team right now, you're probably hearing, well, just a ton about tech changes, right? Digital transformation, AI, this, AI, that.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere.
Yeah. And it feels like everyone's painting this picture of the future of sales, but what does it actually mean for your team today? Like right now.
Exactly. What's practical?
Right. So today we're going to do a deep dive into how artificial intelligence is really changing things step by step in the B2B sales process.
And importantly, we're not going to get lost in the weeds with its super technical jargon.
No, definitely not. The goal here is to give you, the sales leader listening, some clear, useful ideas. Things you can maybe even, start thinking about implementing.
Precisely.
Yeah.
We've been digging into the research, including one quite useful paper called Artificial Intelligence in B2B Sales, Impact on the Sales Process.
Okay.
And what this and frankly other sources are showing is that AI isn't just some sci-fi concept anymore. It's actively reshaping how businesses sell to each other now.
So our mission today is to unpack all that, figure out what's truly significant for your team, for your goals, and maybe cut through some of the hype.
Let's do it. Where should we start?
Okay, let's kick things off with the absolute foundation, understanding your customer. The research really hammers this home, these AI-generated customer profiles. They're critical.
Foundational, really. You can't do much without them.
But when we say profiles, we're not just talking name, company size. It's deeper than that. What kind of information are we actually talking about here?
Yeah, it's way beyond the basics. These profiles can pull together a really rich picture. Think about their purchasing history, not just what they bought, but when, how often, maybe even why.
Okay, the why is interesting.
And the consequences of those past decisions for their business. Then you layer on their online behavior. What are they looking at on your site, other sites? How are they engaging with your emails or content? What are they saying on, say, LinkedIn? Even demographic data can play a role. It's about building a truly holistic view.
Wow, okay, so that's a lot of data points. For a sales leader listening, how does having that level of detail actually help the sales team day to day? Can you give us some really practical examples?
Okay, yeah, let's make it concrete. Imagine using these AI profiles for much better lead qualification.
Predictive lead scoring.
Exactly. The AI analyzes all that data and spits out a score saying this lead is, 85% likely to close, helping your team focus their precious time.
Right, focus on the hottest leads. Makes sense.
Or think about customer segmentation. You can identify high potential accounts or groups with much more accuracy and then, tailor your approach.
So different strategies for different segments based on real data.
Precisely. And it's not just about customers. You can flip it internally. Analyze profiles of your own salespeople.
Oh, interesting. For what?
To spot skill gaps. Maybe you see a pattern where certain reps struggle with objection handling based on deal outcomes. Then you can create really targeted training.
Data-driven coaching. I like that.
And one more, competitive intelligence. You can build similar profiles for your competitors. Understand their strengths, their weaknesses, maybe where they're winning deals you should be getting.
That's quite a range of applications just from these profiles. And the research stressed this isn't a one-and-done thing, right? You need to keep feeding the beast, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely. It's crucial. This profile data, it needs to be gathered continuously, all the way through the sales process, from first touch to post-sale follow-up.
Because the customer changes, their needs change.
Exactly. The more current and complete the data, the smarter the AI, the better the insights. It's a living system.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Let's shift gears a bit. Another area AI is popping up is that very first interaction or getting quick answers, chatbots.
Ah, yes, chatbots.
What's their role in B2B? It feels different than, say, ordering a pizza online.
It is, but they have their place. Think 24/7 support for routine questions. Someone lands on your website at 10 p.m. with a basic query about compatibility or features. A chatbot can handle that.
So immediate answers for common stuff.
Right. They can even provide sort of autonomous product recommendations for simpler needs without a human salesperson needing to step in initially.
Freeing up the sales team's time again.
That's a big part of it, answering those standard questions quickly, accurately. But they can also be used for that very first contact with a prospect. To ask some initial qualifying questions, gather basic info, see if it's worth a salesperson's time to follow up, sort of like a preliminary screening.
Okay, an initial filter. but we need to be realistic about their limits, I assume.
Definitely. You hit a complex objection, need to handle tough negotiations, or, actually close a significant deal. That still requires a human touch. Empathy, strategy.
Right, a chatbot isn't negotiating a multi-year enterprise contract.
Not anytime soon, no.
So for a sales leader, the takeaway is using chatbots to handle the simple, repetitive stuff, making that initial contact more efficient.
Which then lets their reps focus on building relationships and working with the really qualified, serious leads. It's about optimizing resources.
Got it. Okay, so moving along the process, you've got a qualified lead, they're interested. How does AI help tailor the actual offer? The research mentioned personalized recommendations.
Yeah, this is a really powerful application, especially during the presentation and follow-up stages.
How does it work?
So the AI crunches the data in that customer profile. We talked about their history, their recent behavior, what content they've engaged with.
Okay.
And based on all that, it suggests the specific products, services, or maybe even content that are most likely to resonate with that particular customer right now.
Can you give an example, like a real-world scenario?
Sure. Let's say a customer bought your core software 6 months ago. Recently, the AI flags that they've been browsing knowledge base articles about, I don't know, integrating it with another system. The AI could then prompt the salesperson or maybe even auto-draft an email suggesting your integration module, highlighting the specific benefits based on the articles they viewed. It's making the suggestion highly relevant and timely.
That's pretty smart. It's like having an assistant who knows every customer's journey intimately.
Exactly. Predicting needs and tailoring the conversation.
All right, what about pricing? That's always a sensitive area. The term used was dynamic pricing. How's AI playing there?
So AI can analyze a whole bunch of factors to propose buyer-specific pricing. It's trying to estimate their willingness to pay.
Based on what, though?
It could be industry benchmarks, company size, their level of engagement with your marketing, maybe even perceived urgency based on their behavior. It's trying to find that optimal point.
So not just a standard list price for everyone.
Potentially, yes. And it can also flag customers who might need a little nudge, maybe suggest a personalized incentive or a small discount to help get the deal over the line based on their profile and interaction history.
But again, I imagine there are limits.
Oh, for sure. Just like with closing. If you've got a complex proposal with multiple decision factors, customization, service level agreements, price is just one piece. You still need that skilled human negotiator.
Right. The human element is still key for complex deals. But AI can inform the starting point or suggest levers to pull.
Precisely. It provides data points for the negotiation.
Okay, so the deal is closed, champagne pops. What happens next? Can AI help streamline things after the win? Order processing.
Yes, definitely. This is a big efficiency play. AI can automate large chunks of the order processing workflow.
Like what specifically?
Think collecting all the final order details, recording them accurately in your CRM or ERP system, maybe even initiating the invoicing and payment collection process.
So taking a lot of that admin burden off the sales team's plate.
Exactly. Less paperwork, fewer errors, faster processing.
That sounds like music to a salesperson's ears.
And it also benefits the buyer. AI can often provide automated order status tracking, so both your team and the customer can see exactly where things stand without needing manual updates. Transparency.
Nice. Okay, this next one mentioned in the research sounds almost futuristic. Emotional support via AI. What on earth does that mean in a sales context?
Yeah, this is pretty cutting-edge stuff. It involves AI analyzing, believe it or not, facial expressions during video calls or online meetings, facial coding.
Seriously? So the AI is watching the prospect's face?
In systems designed for it, yes. It analyzes micro-expressions to gauge the customer's likely emotional state. Are they confused, interested, skeptical, happy?
Wow. And how is that used?
It can provide real-time feedback to the salesperson, like little hints or summaries saying, prospects seemed confused during the pricing discussion, or positive sentiment detected when discussing feature X.
So it's like having an emotional intelligence coach whispering in your ear.
Kind of, yeah. The idea is it helps the salesperson adapt their approach on the fly. Maybe re-explain something, change their tone, double down on a point that resonated well. It's about understanding the unspoken cues.
That could be incredibly powerful for improving communication effectiveness, couldn't it?
Potentially, yes. It adds a whole new layer of insight, especially in virtual selling environments where reading body language is harder.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit. How does AI influence the broader marketing strategy? And how does that then circle back to help the sales team?
Well, AI is a powerhouse for analyzing customer preferences on a massive scale. It looks at all that data engagement, purchases, demographics to inform marketing campaigns.
Making marketing more targeted.
Much more targeted.
Right.
It can help figure out the best channels to reach specific segments, the most effective messaging, even suggest optimal timing for promotions. It can provide real-time advice, basically.
So smarter marketing efforts.
It lead to more qualified leads coming into the sales funnel. Marketing provides better enablement for sales because they have a clearer picture of what works for whom.
Makes sense. Better alignment between marketing and sales fueled by AI insights.
Exactly. It's useful right at the start for targeting and prospecting, and also at the end for retention marketing, keeping those customers engaged.
Okay, one last specific application mentioned was rapid prototyping to overcome objections. How does AI fit in there?
This is maybe a bit more niche, but quite interesting. Imagine a prospect has a very specific technical objection or a unique requirement.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
AI can sometimes be used to accelerate the creation of a tailored solution or demonstration. For example, optimizing parameters in a simulation or quickly generating variations of a design.
So you can show them a potential solution quickly.
Right. Instead of just talking about how you could address their concern, you might be able to rapidly prototype a visual or a functional example. It helps overcome that specific objection by demonstrating flexibility and capability very quickly during the sales cycle itself.
That's turning a potential roadblock into a real wow moment. Pretty cool. Okay, wow. We've really walked through the entire sales process, haven't we? From initial profiles to post-sale.
Yeah, AI has potential touch points almost everywhere.
So let's try and distill this. For the sales leaders listening, trying to get their arms around all this, what are the absolute key takeaways, the main things they need to remember?
Okay, based on this deep dive, I think there are 3 really crucial points for sales leaders. First, and maybe most importantly, data is the fuel.
We keep coming back to that.
Because it's fundamental. You simply cannot leverage AI effectively in sales without a robust, clean, meaningful database of customer information. Quality in, quality out.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. So focusing on data hygiene, data collection processes, that has to be a priority for the sales department day to day if they want AI to work.
Okay, data is essential. Got it. What's number 2?
Second key point. Think of AI as augmentation, not replacement.
Ah, the classic robots taking our jobs.
Well,
Fear.
But the research and what we see in practice suggests AI is primarily here to help human salespeople to make them better. It automates the routine stuff, provides insights.
But it doesn't do the complex relationship building.
Precisely. Complex negotiations, nuanced understanding of a client's political landscape within their company, genuine empathy that's still human territory. AI is a tool to enhance the salesperson's capabilities.
So the focus for leaders should be on equipping and training their teams to use these tools effectively in their workflow.
Exactly. How does this tool make your job easier, help you close more deals, build better relationships? That's the conversation.
Okay, that's a really important framing. Data is fuel. AI augments humans. What's the third key takeaway?
The third one is strategic integration is key.
Meaning
don't just chase shiny objects. Don't adopt every AI tool that pops up just because it's new.
Right. Avoid the AI for AI's sake trap.
Yes. Leaders need to look strategically at their specific sales process, their specific business goals, and ask, where can AI provide the most significant impact for us?
So be selective and align it with the overall strategy.
Absolutely. Implement the applications that genuinely solve a problem, improve efficiency, or create a competitive advantage aligned with your goals. It's about smart choices, not just more tech.
Data is fuel. AI augments. Be strategic. Those are 3 really solid, actionable takeaways for any sales leader navigating this.
I think they provide a good framework.
Yeah, it really paints a picture of AI not as some disruptive force that replaces everything, but as a set of powerful tools that, if used smartly, can make sales teams more effective, more insightful, and ultimately better at building those crucial customer relationships.
Well said.
It definitely leaves you with something to think about, though. As AI continues to get smarter and more integrated, how will your sales team adapt? How will you integrate these tools not just to keep pace, but to actually get ahead and forge those deeper, more informed customer connections?
That's the big question going forward.
Definitely food for thought. Thanks so much for joining us on this Step Dive today.